Hey, what's up guys, it's LDJ here and welcome back to the Severn Vale United career mode. Make sure to slide tackle that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to join the board of directors. You can also join my Discord server to chat with me, suggest things for the series, and get the inside scoop on all things Severn Vale United. You can find a link to the server in the description. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into the episode.
Welcome back to the Cavalier Chronicle, your trusted source for all things Severn Vale United. The Cavaliers have returned from their trip to the beach and are ready to take League One by storm. My sources around the training ground say the manager is planning on trying out a brand new formation, so be on the lookout for that. The boys also have a big test against Premier League Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup. Can they rise to the occasion, or will the lights be too bright? Stay tuned to find out. For the Chronicle, I'm Teddy Kingsley. Let's get to work.
Last episode, we got off to a great start in our League One campaign and in our cup competitions. And in this episode, we start off with our first game in the BSM trophy against Exeter City. But before we get into that game, I want to go over two of our leftover scenarios from last episode. One of the scenarios that we pulled from the deck last episode was to create a brand new formation and play it for the next 3 games. Our assistant manager suggested that we shake things up, and who am I to tell him no? So the tactic that I came up with was a 4-4-2, as I wanted to get both of our star strikers into the lineup at the same time. So this is what we're going to be running for the next 3 matches, and I'm going to go in and configure some things, add some assignments and stuff, but this is generally what we're going to be playing for the next 3 games, and hopefully we can still pick up some results with this altered formation. And hey, who knows, we might even stick with this for the rest of the season. It all depends on how the players perform. But I'm going to go in and tinker with this formation a bit, and then we're going to jump into our first game against Exeter City. Our second leftover scenario from last episode saw our players go on a little team bonding trip, and I decided that they would go to the nearest beach. I know England is not really known for their beaches, but the boys got on the train and they went to the nearest beach and they had a grand old time. And because of this team bonding trip, everyone is going to get a boost to their morale for the next 2 games. And hopefully this team bonding trip can see us go on a bit of a win streak and see us beat Exeter City in the BSM trophy. Because this is a cup game and this is the start of a new month, after this game, we'll be able to pull 2 new scenarios from the deck. Now, I've been doing way too much yapping. Let's get into the first game of the episode. And this is the squad that we are going to be running with in this game. Kirk Ferguson is getting his first start. Kirk Ferguson is getting handed his debut straight out of the academy, as both of our left backs aren't really fit for this game. And because he's making his debut, if he gets a match rating above a 7 and or a clean sheet, he's going to get a +2 to his potential. Now, let's get into the game. Up the Cavaliers. Let's go Severn Vale. Fans are entering the ground. First game of the BSM trophy. Last season we got knocked out pretty early by the eventual champions, but this time I'm expecting us to make a run for that final. Ferguson's first touch on the ball finds Hector, who's playing that second striker spot because Benji is not fit for this game. We do have to run this formation for the next 2 games after this one, so we're going to be able to see Sean and Benji start together at least once in this episode. We're pretty familiar with Exeter. We played them a bunch of times last season. Not our rivals, because that's Bromley FC, but we're going to need a new rival for this season because Bromley did not get promoted with us. So if you guys have any ideas on who our rivals should be, or if we should just wait and see how that plays out, let me know down in the comments. Hector finds Sean, and Sean's looking for Akacha. He finds Akacha. Can Akacha have a shot? And he gets blocked. Akacha chases down his own shot. Hector Limon into Dean Guile, who finds Robert Duffy, and Robert Duffy smacks one in, and we get an early goal. Just like that, it's too easy for us, and our elder Irishman strikes first. Good play from Dean to find him in space, and he's wide open. No reason why he shouldn't be scoring that. And so far, this formation's, not doing too bad. Okay. Calm and collected from Jones. Can Kirk find Hector? He can. And can Hector find Sean? He can. Sean gets past one. And Sean buries it. 2 quick-fire goals from the boys. And we might pull another card from the deck if we can win this game by 3 goals. I'm still a little bit iffy on these sliders and the difficulty. We're scoring a lot of goals. This team is worse than us, though. So like, it's not like I'm beating Manchester City. Sean is just so clinical, man. One of my favorite players in the squad. Only thing I don't like about this formation is that we don't have as many players in midfield as I like. I feel like Hector has lost a little bit of his sauce a little bit. Like, I know he had a 19 goal and assist season last year, but like, when I'm actually playing with him, he's kind of, you know, he's kind of washed just a little bit. Hector. Sean's always open. They have no way to mark him. And he dribbles past one. He finds a Kacha. Oh, it's a penalty, referee. That's not a penalty. Okay, it's not a penalty, but it's definitely a foul. Definitely a foul. We should be getting a free kick there. The ref's trying to rig it for them, even though we're up 2-0. And we make it to halftime up 2-0. Haven't been dominating the game because I feel like Exeter have had more possession and more shots. And I don't think I'm going to make any changes at halftime. Kirk Ferguson is our lowest rated performer so far. Unfortunately, he's got a 5.8. He's got a whole half to make up for that, though. And Adario is carrying right now. And into the second half. Here we go. Find Akacha. He's wide open. What a ball, Jones. What a ball. Oh, that touch is horrible, Akacha. Let's get Akacha into the game, man. I want to get him a goal or an assist. Sean's on it. Finds Akacha. He can't wriggle out of that challenge. Get out there, Ferguson. Oh, what a cross. What a save, Adario. Yeah, he's pulling up big. What a backup keeper, man. In another team, he could probably be starting. Yeah, there's just too much space in his middle. Come on, Ferguson. I believe in you. Good tackle. Great tackle. And Akacha. It opens up for him. It opens up for him! And what a goal from Azari Akacha. Way to open up your account. The Nigerian with a banger. He parted the sea like Moses and stuck it in the top left corner. And he poses on him. The sea just parted for him. Like no one's near him. He just has one. And what a goal. Their keeper's not getting anywhere near that one. Way to open your account, lad. And it seems like that team bonding trip we took is having its benefits because we have now scored 3 goals against Exeter, which means we'll be pulling from the deck 3 times after this game. We're gonna make 2 subs. Both of our center backs are coming out. They're both a bit gassed and we need them for the next game. So Kevin Yevas and Ethan Lucas are stepping in. Hopefully we can keep this clean sheet. Duffy cuts in. Can you find Sean? Sean with the flick to Hector. Hector back into Sean. And Sean buries it. Had no doubt in my mind. And that's 4 goals. We were absolutely thumping this team. And he can't hear the haters. He never hears the haters, man. I really don't know who's going to finish top scorer for our team. Because so far, Sean is showing me that we maybe didn't need to buy a starting caliber striker. Probably just needed to buy a sub. And Thomas Reynolds is going to step in for Eric Escamilla for the last couple of minutes of this game. Let's just see this out, boys. Let's keep this clean sheet. Do it for Ferguson, man. Do it for the kid. Good tackle, Lucas. Oh, ref. Good tackle, Dean Guile. The boys are really playing together right now. That team bonding exercise really worked, it seems. Get out there. Get out there. Stop ball. That's you, Lucas. Good tackle. It's getting a bit scrappy in the last couple minutes of the game. Oh, what a ball. Get across, Lucas. Stop the shot, Lucas. Good tackle. And we're going to see this out. Boot it up. And that's going to be it. 4-0. Clean sheet. Winning by 3 goals. So that's 2 scenarios. And actually, I think I'm just going to combine it. I think we're only going to pull 1 card from the deck instead of 2 for this game. So I'm actually just going to combine the cup game and the winning by 4 into 1 scenario. Yeah, what a win from the boys. Let's check the performance. I'm hoping Kirk got above a 7. And he finished with a 7.5. He had an assist. I didn't even see that he had an assist. What a performance from the boys. Kirk Ferguson is definitely going to get that +2 to his potential. What a debut for the lad. Come on. So I'm actually going to sim our next 2 games in the league versus Northampton and Bristol Rovers. And we're going to go ahead and play our game in the Carabao Cup versus Aston Villa. I know we played a lot of the cup games so far and not too much in the league, but I want to get as far in this cup as possible. And since I'm going to sim these next 2 games, I'm actually going to carry on our scenario of the new formation for the rest of the month so that we can actually see Sean and Benji Van Dijk in action together. So we're going to be playing the 4-4-2 for the rest of these fixtures, including the game against Aston Villa. And this is the squad that we're going to be running for our game against Northampton. I was actually going to play Jesus Adame this game, but it turns out that he got called up by the Mexico national team. So shout out to Jesus Adame on his first international call-up. Adam Morgan and Kevin Nievas are also gone on international duty. I'm not quite sure how Luis didn't make the cut. Maybe it's because he's injury prone now, but I'm sure he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder for this game. So hopefully he can put a couple goals in. And unfortunately, we come away from that game with a 0-0 draw. Not the worst result in the world, but not the greatest either. We do get a clean sheet though, so that's all that matters. But it looks like Sean and Van Dijk did not perform well together up top, with Sean actually taking the hit to his overall. And we didn't score a goal that game. So hopefully this two-striker formation can work for the rest of the month, but judging off that, it doesn't seem likely. And this is how we're going to line up against Bristol Rovers. And we do come away from that game with a 3-2 win away from home. And it looks like Sean Meyer picked up 2 goals and Phillips picked up a goal as well. Van Dijk did not score, but he got a 7.2, which is pretty decent if I do say so myself. It seems like Sean Meyer is taking that starting position. Even though Van Dijk had a great episode last time out, Sean Meyer is clearly the king of that striker position right now. And after our last fixture, Sean Meyer and Ruben Phillips were named into the team of the week. And this is how we are going to line up against Villa in our Carabao Cup fixture. It's pretty much our strongest squad except for Adario Campos, who is going to retain his spot as our cup goalkeeper. I'm still gonna go ahead and try out this Sean Meyer and Van Dijk pairing. Hopefully they both can get off the mark in this game. It's gonna be a tough one, but I have full faith in our Cavaliers. Up to Severn Vale. 4 goals in his last 3 games, man. He is killing it. He's proving that that jump from League 2 to League 1 was no problem for him at all. We are away from home playing at Villa Park. Hostile environment in Birmingham. Not too far away from where we're located actually, but let's just try and get off to a great start. I'm not gonna lie, not a lot happened in this game except for Adario making a ton of saves until the 90th minute. And because this is the Carabao Cup, there was no extra time. It went straight to a penalty shootout, and I'm just going to show you guys the highlights of this absolutely insane penalty shootout. Oh, this is our first penalty shootout, man. I'm actually nervous, bro. All right, that's our lineup. Luis is going to take the first pen. Adario only guesses the right way, but what a penalty. Man, Daniel Mallon, bro. What a guy. We got Luis Adame on the ball. What a pen. Benjamin Sesko. Just sends him the wrong way. We got Ruben Phillips now, aiming for that top left corner. Oh, and they save it. Oh, and Adario makes another save. Let's go. All right, we're still in this. We're still in this. Thomas Reynolds steps up now. And he, oh no, he hit the crossbar. Oh no, we missed 2 penalties in a row. It comes down to Eric Escamilla. No way Thomas Reynolds hit the crossbar, dude. I was trying to go down the middle. Come on, Eric. And Eric keeps us alive. Barely keeping it under the bar. What a penalty. If Adario can save this, man. I believe in you, Adario. Adario, what a save. What a save. It comes down to Sean, bro. Come on, Sean. You have to bury it. You have to bury it. Going bottom left. Bottom left. What a pen. We're still alive. Adario, make another save, bro. Oh, and they go down the middle. All right, sudden death. It's Jackson Wagner's turn. Can he handle the pressure? Oh, this is going to be terrible. And he Panenkas him. That's crazy from the 18-year-old.
Pressure. What pressure?
And it's Malo Gusto's turn. All right, we're still going. We're still going. It's Kevin Nievas' turn now. What a pen. Top left corner. And it's Emi Martinez taking a penalty. Adario! That was straight down the middle, brother. Jones the third. Oh, this is going to be terrible if I miss with him, bro. What a penalty. This is going on forever. It's Pau Kubarsi. And he sends him the wrong way. And it's Luke Cox now, the kid. Down the middle. This penalty shootout's going on forever. And it's Amadou Onana. Adario, just save it. And it's Ben Lindsay, the captain. What a pen. And I think it's... Didn't Kubarsi just take a pen? Dario! Oh my God! He just makes a save, and now it's his turn to take the penalty. I have to score it, bro. Come on. Come on. What a penalty! There's no way, bro. There's no way, bro. What a penalty shootout. Dario, that is insane, brother. What a freaking penalty. What a penalty. That is insane, bro. Absolute scenes. We somehow steal this game from Villa. Dario, man of the match, brother. Take a bow. Take a bow. Keeps a clean sheet throughout this entire game, steps up big in the penalty shootout, and we knock down Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup. 10.0 match rating from Dario. Absolutely insane. He made how many saves? He made 7 saves. Shootout saves. 3 shootout saves. What a guy, man. What a guy, and what a win from the boys. That last game almost finished me, brother. I cannot believe what happened. We won that penalty shootout 8-9, I think. 8-9 against Villa. What a penalty shootout. You're not going to find a crazier penalty shootout on YouTube, I promise you. You're not going to find anything like that. But we are going to get into our next games in the league. We're going to sim these 2 against Oxford United and then play Mansfield Town. And then moving on into October, we're going to sim against MK Dons, who I guess got promoted with us last season. I also didn't realize Exeter City also got promoted. So that game against them in the BSM trophy, or I think it was the BSM trophy, that wasn't lower league competition. We just dominated them. I guess MK Dons are here too, so we're gonna sim MK Dons and we're gonna sim Chesterfield because they are for a fact in League 2. But before we get into our next games, I want to go ahead and pull our cards from the deck from our Exeter game and from our Aston Villa game. Since we played and won 2 cup games, I'm actually going to amend it a little bit. Instead of pulling a card for every cup game, I'm instead going to pull a card every time we win a cup game. So we have to win the cup game, not just play it. That doesn't really change things for this episode because we won both of our cup games. So I'm going to go ahead and pull 3 numbers because we are in a new month of October. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those 3 numbers now. We got the number 3, the number 7, and the number 18. So let's start off with the number 3, and that is Tactic Revolution. We already landed on that one last episode, so I'm actually, for this one, I'm just going to elongate it from last episode and make it so the next games we play, we still have to stick with the 2 striker formation. So that's number 3. Number 7 is Injury Comeback King. A previously injured player returns earlier than expected and dominates. Start him next 2 games. No one's been injured, so this one kind of doesn't apply. I'm not going to re-roll because that's just going to be the luck of the cards. If it doesn't apply, we just kind of burn a card spot. This could have been Benji. He picked up a knock in that Aston Villa game, but it disappeared, and he's going to start the next 2 games anyways, so maybe we'll just apply that one to him. And the last one we got was 18, which is one of the negative ones, unfortunately. It's Training Ground Injury. Random starter is out for 4 to 6 weeks. Must sub in youth or a bench warmer. That is an unfortunate one. So out of the 3 cards that we just pulled, the only real one is a negative event. But we're gonna go ahead and abide by it. And since the card said a random starter is the one who gets injured for 4 to 6 weeks, I set the random number generator from 1 to 11, and whatever number it lands on is going to be the corresponding player. So if it lands on 1, that's going to be the goalkeeper. If it lands on 9, it's going to be one of the strikers, and so on and so forth. Considering we have a 2-strike formation, if it lands on 10, it's going to be the shadow striker. I'll explain it whatever number it lands on. Let's go ahead and get our injured player number. And it lands on 5, which is going to be one of the center backs. Number 5 is unfortunately Luka Bilover. So Luka is going to be injured for the next 4 to 6 weeks. We do have a replacement for him. Ethan Lucas can step in and play that position, but it is unfortunate that Luka is going to be out for the next 4 to 6 weeks. And I went ahead and gave him a pulled hamstring, so he is going to be out of action for the next couple of weeks. But with that all said and done, let's sim these next couple of games and jump into our final playable game of the episode. And that game versus Villa took a lot out of our squad, so much that our 2 starting strikers aren't even fit for this game. So Adam Morgan and Hector Limon, who both have striker as their secondary position, are going to start up top for us. Hopefully we can get a result against Oxford United at home. And unfortunately, we do pick up a 2-2 draw with Morgan and Adame picking up the goals. The strikers played well, but the rest of the team did not. That's to be expected because we played a really rotated side, missing a lot of our starters. But we're just going to get into the next game. Our strongest squad is back fit for this clash against Exeter City. Hopefully we can get a better result than last time out. And our string of draws continues. Van Dijk picks up our only goal in the 84th minute, saving us from the clutches of defeat. Sean Meyer got a red card? Is that a straight red? Oh, it's okay. It's a double yellow. So it's only going to be a 1-match ban because it's not a straight red. But dang, he got 2 yellows in the first half. That's so unfortunate, Sean. Yeah, we did well to come back there, actually. Yeah, 2 draws on the bounce, not great, but considering we got a red card really early that game and Van Dijk scored for us in the 84th minute, I will take that. And this is how we are going to line up for our last playable game of the episode. We still have 2 more simmed games after this, but this is the last one that I'm going to play in this episode. Since Sean is suspended for this game, we are starting Adam Morgan in that false 9 position alongside Van Dijk. Hopefully we can get a result. Up to Cavaliers. Let's go Severn Vale. We do have Maxim Kaczynski playing left wing this game as Azaria Kacha is not fit enough and I didn't want to play Jackson Wagner. And he tries to find Morgan. Oh, referee! That one should have been a foul. And this player has a massive bald spot. I don't know if that's just a glitch or what, but he looks like a friar out there. Oh, they find a cutback. What a save, that's not a Dario. What a save, Enrique. I still have a Dario on my head from that penalty shootout. What an insane penalty shootout. I'm so mad that I don't have the game audio. Another save. Our goalkeepers are going off this episode. And Van Dijk's picked up an injury. This cut, is he injury prone? Is he gonna be injury prone? Adam Morgan, can you find Max? Oh, he dives. Get up, Max. We don't teach diving here. This 2-striker formation has definitely been an experiment. We've had some good games, some not so good games in the sim. Well, step overs. Good tackle, Lindsay. Lindsay's been really good at defense this season. We have Kevin Yeva starting at center back because Luka is injured and Ethan Lucas was not fit enough to play this game. I think Jones III is pretty much the only guy who can cross a ball. And what a ball. What a save, Enrique. I thought that was a definite goal. What a ball they played in behind Kevin. Find Benji. Good job, Benji. Jones is through. Oh, but Phillips, you find Phillips instead. What a ball. Phillips with a great bit of skill with that back heel. Get across, Reynolds. That's you. What a ball. He's not offside. Oh, and they find the back of the net. What a great ball over the top. And Lindsay can't challenge that ball in the air. He brings it down and just finds a nice shot. Nothing Enrique can do there. And we go down against Mansfield Town right before halftime as well. That changes my team talk a bit. Might have to take Morgan off. He was a free transfer, but I had a lot of hope for him when we signed him. He was our highest rated player at the time. Now it's Phillips. Benji's not too far away. And that's going to be it for the half. It's not been great from the boys. We're in a bit of a form slip. Seems like that team bonding exercise that we did in the beginning of the episode has worn off. We're lacking a bit of chemistry. Hector Limon has come on for Benji Van Dijk, and Adam Morgan has stepped into the striker position. Good tackle, Reynolds, man. He's eating up the ground. Just an absolute monster of a CDM. Can Max find Morgan in space? Oh, and he just gets absolutely clattered. Comes up and picks up the ball, though. Can you find Hector? Hector, can you spin? And Hector buries it. Way to stay with the play, Morgan. We're back in it, lads. Up the Cavaliers. Bit of a scrappy goal. Adam Morgan just got absolutely dunked on. But he gets right back up, picks up the ball, finds Hector, and Hector does the rest. But that was Max's ball into Morgan from the left wing. No, a little bit of the young and the old. Our midfield is really playing well, winning the ball back for this game. Acres of space, Max, attack it. It's really just Reynolds playing CDM in here by himself because Luis is doing that box-to-box role. Good tackle. Unfortunately, it goes right back to their player. Oh, and they're through. And they pick up another goal. Just some bad defending there. And Mansfield Town go 2-1 up. Kevin Yevas gets caught out. Lindsay steps forward. Don't know what he's stepping forward for, but I give Luca a lot of flack, but we're kind of missing him right now. Find inside. Come on, Morgan. Morgan skins one. He skins another. And Morgan levels it. What a display of skill from the Welshman. What a display of skill. The dribbling there was absolutely amazing. Takes 2 players off the dribble and gets one-on-one with the keeper, and he buries it. And we are back level against Mansfield Town. Look at this dribbling, man. Evades 1 tackle, sees off another, and he finishes. Channeling his inner Rooney there. We are going to be making 2 subs. Jones III and Luis Adame are coming off for Kirk Ferguson and Jackson Wagner, injecting a little bit of youth and pace into the side. Max Kaczynski is stepping into the midfield, playing that Luis Adame box-to-box role. That's crazy. Oh, Kevin, you can't get... That one's crazy. Enrique, I can't defend you there, brother. And they have a long-range shot, and it just finds the back of the net somehow. Yeah, Kevin should be making the tackle here. He gets inside. The guy's falling over. Fair play, man. Fair play. He just catches Enrique off guard. Fair play. I hope Hector's not injured too badly. Oh, he still got the injury. Jackson. Oh, and they get into each other's way. Jackson and Max get in each other's way. Oh, no. We're being sloppy with the ball now. It's not looking good for us. Yeah, I don't think we have enough time. Unless we clear this all the way out. Yeah, no, it's over. That is a tough loss. Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow. Let's get into the performance. I don't think we played that bad, man. Adam Morgan played well. I thought Max had a good game. It was just our defense. I think Kevin played a lot worse than the 6.8. Enrique, I really think he should have saved that last one. It is what it is. Into the next one. And we are going to go ahead and sim our next 2 games in the league, with the first one being against MK Dons. Sean has finished serving his suspension, so he gets back into the starting lineup. And unfortunately, Hector Limon did pick up a long-term injury last game, so he is not fit for this game. But this is how we are going to line up against MK Dons. And we pick up another draw. We just cannot seem to get the wins in the sim. Who picks up the goal? Sean Meyer is back to scoring though. It looks like Van Dijk's really struggling for us, man. Not what I wanted to see from our record signing. And our last game of the episode comes against Chesterfield in the BSM Trophy. And this is the squad that we are going to be running out against Chesterfield. Hopefully we can pick up a result and continue to progress in the BSM Trophy. And we do go ahead and pick up a 2-1 win over Chesterfield, with Jones III and Luis Adame picking up their goals. And this is how the boys got on this episode when it comes to our stats. Sean Meyer led the way as he picked up 5 goals. Hector Limon led the assist category with 3. Adario Campos picked up 2 clean sheets in his 2 starts in the cup. And Hector Limon picked up the highest average match rating with a 7.8. We had a bit of a tumultuous time in the league, but our cup run is still going on as we beat Aston Villa in penalties and we beat Chesterfield in the BSM Trophy, so we progress in both the Carabao and the BSM Trophy. But in the league, we do see ourselves sitting in 8th place. We've only lost 2 games, but we've drawn 4 and we've won 4, and our goal difference isn't the greatest. We've let in 17 goals so far, but we have scored 20, which is the most in the top 10. But we've also let in the most goals in the top 10. We're only 3 points off first, so it's not the worst that it can be. We're still in the playoff hunt. Hopefully we can turn our fortunes around in the next episode. But looking ahead to next episode, we have a couple more games in the league, and we have Fulham in the Carabao Cup, another Premier League team. They're not as good as Villa, so I'm fully expecting us to continue our Cinderella run in the Carabao Cup. But looking ahead to November, we've got only 3 games in November. If we win this game against Fulham, I'm sure we'll have another game in the Carabao Cup. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave you guys off with today's episode. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to slide tackle that like button, hit the subscribe button to join the board of directors, and drop a comment. I've been LDJ, this is the Severn Vale United career mode, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.